I mean, look at that.
I mean, come on, y'all. LA, California, the place of all the movies. But look, does this not look like something you've seen on the big screen, right? Look at all these. I don't know. There's so many houses, so many businesses. Now, that looks like, to me, that looks like your standard picture of the apocalypse in movies, right? Can you imagine? This is not a movie. This is actually happening. So, okay. Let's stop for just a second. Let me put on my tinfoil hat. And this is just something I'm thinking, okay? I'm not saying it's true. And I meant to mention this over the past few weeks when we've been talking about the drones, the drones and the spraying and all that kind of stuff. I began to wonder because so many people, we saw the videos of the weird snow and the weird fog, and they said it smelled like sulfur or metals. And we watched so much of this. We watched videos of drones spraying stuff. And I began to wonder about 2 weeks ago, I was thinking, I wonder if we are going to have an outbreak of fires in the areas that have been heavy on the drones, especially the spraying and the fog and all that, right? Well, I know the New York area, but over on the West Coast, and I haven't seen any fires in Florida, but Florida has been really, really heavy with it as well. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering, is there something flammable in those fogs and the chemicals that people were reporting? J Truth Ultra says, what happens when California is in serious debt? How much is California in debt? How do you obtain federal money? Light fires, then declare a state of emergency and request billions from the Fed. Well, here's the thing. I'm not unsympathetic, but if they give billions to California and they don't give anything to Western North Carolina, I am going to be livid. You're going to see my head just on here. My thought is nobody can be this incompetent. And again, here is look at all that damage from the Pacific Palisades. Look at all those individual people, businesses, whatever. Matt Van Swell, Insurance in Western North Carolina, says, oh, sorry, you didn't have flood insurance? We can't help you. Insurance in LA. Oh, sorry, you didn't have fire insurance? We can't help you. Do you get it yet? First, just if you're coming in and you're wondering what's going on, they canceled the fire insurance on homeowners in the LA area, and then they shut off the water. Here's one of the major insurance companies canceled all of the policies in our neighborhood about 4 months ago, and that is according to actor James Woods. The water reservoirs in LA were purposely left empty. People were left trapped and stranded to die without any help, just like what happened on Maui. Oh, but surely, couldn't be a setup, could it? Could they actually do something like that? Could people be that wicked? Surely not. I don't know. I'm about to go on a rant. Allie Carter says, if you know anything about what I'm talking about with Allie Carter, she actually said that fires would start first, but I think in her opinion, nothing is going to stop the information that's going to come out about that. One can certainly hope, right? Samantha says, I learned today that it's possible that all this happened because LA mayor and our government want to build a smart city before the 2028 Olympics. Hey, it wouldn't surprise me. Look, I can't even pretend to understand people's moral structure. I do not understand. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't know how people can be so evil. According to some report, they had voted that there's a strip there in Malibu that's on the coast, and they had, just prior to the fires, the government, like the local government, had voted against building any new structures in that area. But now, strangely enough, all the structures that were there are gone. Every last one of them. What a coincidence. My. Yes, there is this too. Newsom has lost 24 billion. I mean, look, I lose $5 and I'm upset. I'm like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? 24 billion. How do you lose 24 billion dollars that are supposed to go to homeless shelters? And not a single shelter was even started. By the way, I have seen reports of other things, billions of dollars. In 2014, it's somewhere way down this list of things I reposted. In 2014, it was actually, I think it was like millions, like $27 million was allotted to build reservoirs just for this occasion in the areas so they would have water access. After the people were taxed in California, the homeowners and whatever all the ways they tax us, not one reservoir is complete. Not one. 2014. 10 years. What are they doing with the money? Look, like every true crime case I cover, I always say, you want to know the truth? Follow the money. Follow the money. You're going to find it. The only option is the California Fair Plan. Yeah, obviously not a good one. Not a good plan. You can't go without insurance, but sometimes when you really need it, such as in Western North Carolina. Let me just tell you this about Western North Carolina, though. And this came up this last week. Merry after Christmas to you, too. The county taxes and city taxes, whatever, the tax assessors, because at the beginning of the year, it's the tax year, they all demanded that people pay the full amount of their tax, their land tax, house tax, whatever, with no reduction. Okay, not okay, we're going to go easy on you because your house isn't there. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you had 4 houses on a piece of property and they all wash down the river. You have to pay property taxes at the same rate or higher on your 4 houses that no longer exist. You tell me how this is fair. Your tail looks like a plume. Such. What about the $27 million benefit concert for the Helene affected? Yeah, I didn't even know about that. And clearly, with the lack of propane and the lack of help, nobody knows where that's going. Well, true to form, as politicians and other liars do, California Governor Gavin Newsom is calling for the censorship of misinformation. That would probably be someone like me. But I am not giving my opinion, Mr. Newsom. We're just reading next together on a live stream. That's what we're doing. Yeah, here is the drone footage of the Pacific Palisades fire destruction. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it's just basically all gone. But now, what a beautiful piece of property. I'm guessing that property right there would probably be some of the, if not the most expensive property in the United States, wouldn't it? Nothing left. Look at all these houses. Just nothing. It's just all rubble, people. And here again is the potential exposure right now for insurance, $458 billion. That was in September. The FAIR program only has $700 million cash on hand to pay claims. So I think it's going to be, these people in LA are going to be looking at the same thing that people in Western North Carolina are looking at, where they're giving you a tiny bit of money and saying, hey, we'll give you a pittance for your property that you may still owe money on. It is a nightmare. It is a